Hi, my name's Joseph Schmidt. I'm here in southwestern Minnesota, and my fireside chat is on how does the superintendent design, implement, and evaluate a developmentally appropriate, accessible, and culturally responsive system of assessments and data collection, management, and analysis that support instructional improvement, equity, student learning and well-being, and instructional leadership. The superintendent certainly has a lot to do, so they must put together a team from within the district's staff to achieve these goals. If your district is fortunate to have a curriculum director or a literacy and EL director, their experience and expertise should be utilized. Additionally, as in my district, you may have access to a regional assessment advisor or through a cooperative, other assessment advisors. This team must identify what is to be assessed. Nowadays, many software platforms exist that will collect the data and present it in readily usable reports. Platforms such as AimsWeb, STAR, and NWEA exist to benchmark and progress monitor students. Benchmarking is usually done quarterly in the subjects of reading and math. In discussing this with my superintendent, he stated that our district had STAR and NWEA when he took over as superintendent. They were both expensive at the time and continuously raising their costs. For a small rural school district, money is always a factor. He was introduced to FastBridge by a regional assessment advisor, and as it was a U of M, University of Minnesota product, he dumped STAR and NWEA for the cheaper FastBridge. Now, since then, it has changed hands several times with rising costs and is now owned by Renaissance, who ironically also owns STAR, which is what he started out with. But our use of the FastBridge platform costs our district $2,500 a year. And in a small district like ours, our K through 6 elementary has roughly 150 students, and our 7 through 12 high school has, I believe it's 120 or 130 students. So it is a very small district. $2,500 is a lot for us. As far as state tests, our state uses the Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment, or MCAs. And as we are a WIDA state, we also use the Access 2.0 for ELs. Now, there's no cost for these assessments, but when our state switched over to the MCA, we needed to upgrade our technology, which was a pretty hefty investment to support that platform. So it may have not have a direct cost in as far as the test, but we have to constantly maintain and update our technology so that it can support using that testing platform. All of our platforms provide comprehensive reports that are used to analyze the data. Trends are identified within student data. For example, in a district that I worked in previously, we identified that our third graders had been reading at 50% or below for 7 years. Something needed to change. So the district adopted a new literacy curriculum and invested in professional development for the staff to learn and improve instructional strategies. In other districts that I have been in, we have conducted data dives to find those trends and identify the applicable standard or standards that needed to be improved. Through professional development with teachers and interventionists, a program to improve with math skills was developed. Professional development and data dives take time, a lot of time, and that has to be scheduled and budgeted. I say budgeted because most state assessment results are released during the summer. This is when teachers are off, and to call them back in will result in additional funds to pay them. So School financing is linked to assessments and vice versa. And it is very important that you have a successful assessment program so that you know where you can and should make improvements to meet the needs of your students. That's all I have for now. Thank you. Goodbye.